year was 1996, an age when the video store was still a prominent fixture in our lives. I had just seen the Mortal Kombat movie on VHS, and while perusing the kids section of George Street Video in my hometown of Enderby, I stumbled upon this, Mortal Kombat: The Journey Begins. Now, while everyone is aware of the existence of the ungodly abomination against humanity that is Mortal Kombat Annihilation, many people may be unaware of this thing's existence. So, to the uninitiated, I give you one of the most useless and insignificant things ever printed to celluloid. This steaming pile was released as a prequel tie-in to the 1995 movie and acts as practically a 30-minute exposition scene. Doesn't that sound awesome? The movie begins with Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, and Sonya Blade traveling on that boat that takes them to the island for the Mortal Kombat tournament, the one from the movie. Right off the bat, the animation is some of the fuckest shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't care if fuckest isn't a word. I felt it. The moment they decided to use the exact same sounds of Johnny Cage hurling off the side of the boat 3 times in a row, I knew we were in for some good stuff.
Seasick, huh? What gave it away? Was it my green skin tone or my delightful odor?
Sub-Zero shows up and starts fighting them, and it's just... words can't even describe this. I mean, just look at what happens when Cage slides on the ice. That quality, though! What blows my mind harder than a porn star is that they actually got really well-known voice actors to be in this thing. Shang Tsung is played by Jim Cummings, for God's sake.
Resistance, Lieutenant Blade.
Are you the captain of this tub?
I am Shang Tsung.
Johnny Cage is Jeff Bennett, who has done a ton of voice work for the English dubs of many Studio Ghibli movies. And Sonya Blade is voiced by Jennifer Hale.
Why doesn't my radio work? I should be able to pull in something, anything.
Jennifer Hale! FemShep, among so many other voice roles that I couldn't even begin to cover them in this video. Did the creators have their families hostages or something? What the hell happened? When they finally get to the island, all the establishing shots look like an early Windows 95 screensaver. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. It's good. It's real good. But to make matters even more awkward, not only do we get this 2D animation that looks like it was made for one of those early morning Christian cartoons, but they also throw in completely 3D rendered fight scenes at a time when no one was really doing that. Think of the earliest PS1 cutscene you can think of, and there you go.
He must vanquish Sub-Zero himself, or his soul will be lost forever. All of Shang Tsung's images.
So they decide that because the whole movie's just been nothing but talking and bullshit, that they need a showdown between our heroes and a bunch of those Baraka-looking dudes. I literally have no words. None that could do this justice, anyway. Let me just show you some of it, and you can come to the same brain aneurysm that I came to. Then when the fight is over, they just end it with a slideshow of information about all the people we just saw that goes on for 4 straight minutes. Holy fuck. So there you go. Annihilation may be a giant pile of used toilet paper, but the journey begins is the hole where all the shit and paper ends up in. I honest to God can't think of a more useless use of VHS tape. Hell, this shit heap was even on Laserdisc. And they really tried hard to push this thing. They even did a freaking retail promotional commercial that shows us that they were charging $15 for this ungodly fuck poop. And that's just the VHS. God knows how much they were charging for the Laserdisc. Just the thought alone will give me nightmares. Remember kids, the 90s weren't always great.